me.
Why?
Because I didn't know these people, they are very cruel. Minyim damada.
Any better than that?
Detailed news, unparalleled coverage. Citi News on 97.3 FM.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Citi News.
It's 17:30 GMT. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. I am Umaru Sanda Amadu. Tonight, I'm here with
Melody Fafa Botufe.
And coming up over the next 90 minutes.
That what was a priority in the 8th Parliament, a priority to the 275 members of Parliament, has suddenly been thrown under the carpet.
Following the president's declaration that he would sign the anti-LGBTQI bill should it be passed, we go to the House of Parliament where the minority says the government side is deliberately not interested in pushing through the bill. We'll be hearing from both sides here on Eyewitness News. Also, coming up, blogger arrested by police for allegedly publishing false news granted bail to the tune of 50,000 Ghana cedis. We'll be hearing from his lawyer. And later on Eyewitness News,
That provision or that ban should be maintained. We will still not have proxy voting in this 2026 presidential primaries.
the anger boiling within the New Patriotic Party diaspora branch over a decision to ban them from voting in the January primaries via proxy. Stay with 97.3 Citi FM for more on this and many other stories on Eyewitness News. And in business,
Sahel insurgency remains upside risk to Ghana's 2026 economic outlook.
that's in 50 minutes from the Citi Business Desk. Eyewitness News is live across Ghana on a host of affiliate stations. In the Western region, we are on Premier 100.5 FM. We are also on Beach 105.5 FM and Sky 93.5 FM. They are all in Takoradi. In the Bono region, we are on Greener 95.9 FM. In the Ahafo region, we are on Hammers Radio 106.5 in Gosu. If you go to the Ashanti region, we are in Kumasi on Orange 107.9 FM. In the Volta region, we are in Kwando on Akwini Radio 96.7, while in Hohwe, you can tune to Eyewitness News via Heritage FM 107.3. In the Northern region, we are in the traditional capital of Dagbang in Yendi on Dasuma 99.1 FM. In the Upper East region, we are in Zuarungu on Word 88.3 FM, while in Navrungo, we are on Pure 100.5 FM. In Upper West, we are in Laura on Westlink 88.1 FM. And in Wale, the hometown of former Vice President Dr. Bawumia, we are live on Eagle 94.1 FM. We are live on YouTube and live on Facebook, and we are interactive. Join us with your messages 0549 986 996 0549 986 996. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. We start off from Parliament. You remember the Human Sexual Rights and Family Values Bill? Well, it was a bill that was introduced by eight members of Parliament as a private members bill, 1 NPP MP, 7 NDC MPs. That bill went through Parliament but never got to the Jubilee House. At least that's what the communication we're told happened, and that's how come it never became a law. The 8th Parliament has expired. There's a need to start all over. Tonight, the minority side in Parliament is saying that bill is staggering because the governing side is not interested in pushing it. The only NPP MP who was part of the 8 MPs who brought that bill over a year or 2 years ago, actually, in the House of Parliament, is a pastor. He's Reverend John Intim Fodjo. He's the NPP Member of Parliament for Asin South, and he's one of the sponsors of that bill. He's joining us on the line. Sir, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Thank you very much, Maru.
How are you doing?
I'm great, by the grace of God. Yourself?
I'm okay.
Awesome.
This bill is back again on the front burner, and you are saying that there's some lackadaisical attitude towards it from the governing side. Can you tell us more?
Yeah, so the Human Social Rights and Family Values Bill had a lot of controversies. Eventually, the 8th Parliament expired. So, going forward, the best course of action is to reintroduce it, which we did in February. It has gone through all the internal processes after the dictates of our standing orders and constitutional dictates with regards to private members' bill, and eventually was gazetted. So by procedures, once a bill is gazetted and matures, the next consequential stage is for it to be laid and presented for first reading, which was done on the Thursday when we recommenced, the sitting of the third meeting of the first session of the 9th Parliament. Interestingly, rather very simply, rather nicodemously, we woke up the next day to consider it, and it had been removed from the order paper. When we questioned, the majority leader indicated that it was, that he wasn't aware, and he didn't even think that it was a matter that should come to the floor. So it had been passed. A lot of controversies came. We disagreed. Speaker of Parliament eventually, because the majority leader accused the Speaker as a matter of public record that he ordered that it be removed because he wasn't aware. We were surprised, we questioned because the Speaker himself had been part of the process. Long story short, the Speaker gave a ruling, a landmark ruling, and indicated that there's nothing wrong with a recommencement of that bill and that the bill must be taken for first reading. It's been 6 weeks since the Speaker gave that ruling. The Speaker is the one who has a lot of control on what appears on the order paper, together with the majority leader, who is the chairman of business committee, who programmed the bills that must be advertised every week. This is the 6th week we have approved and discussed business statements for the ensuing week. And interestingly, and rather disappointed, in a very disappointed manner, still missing, is the Human Social Rights and Family Values Bill. Just a few days ago, we heard the president indicating that as for him, he is ready to sign the bill if he gave a condition, if Parliament is able to sign it. Many people are of the view that the president is hiding behind the Speaker of Parliament and the majority leader to block the passage of this bill by stalling its introduction and its appearance on the order paper, so that if it doesn't get to appear on the order paper, for it to be laid for first reading to be done, for consequential referral to be made to the appropriate committees for consideration, then it doesn't get passed. And then he doesn't get to sign it. If it's not passed, then he doesn't sign it. Very disappointing. 93% of Ghanaians are questioning the commitment of the NDC when they did politics with this bill just a year ago. They are questioning their commitment to the passage of this bill, which is the cure to the canker, the devastating canker of LGBT. What is even most surprising is at the time when President Trump has given strong indications, and as a matter of public record reported by BBC, a policy directed to all his embassies to relate with various countries on the conservative principles and ensure that their relations are renewed on this new direction of conservative principles, that no country should be promoting LGBT and would even attract consequences if they do so. Should not be promoting abortion. If they do so, it would attract consequences. The green light is clear for the government not to shy away. This is the time they ought to even be bold more than ever before to allow this bill to go through. We are wondering why they are running away from this bill. And for 6 weeks after the ruling, is the majority leader blatantly affronting and defying the ruling of the Speaker? And what is the Speaker doing when he's watching on 6 weeks after his ruling and no action has been taken? It has got a lot of stakeholders very worried and questioning the integrity and the commitment of the NDC. They are playing mind games with Ghanaians. They are proving and actually proving everybody in this country day by day that they did only pure politics with it and it wasn't by any principled position. But we are consistent in our principle, and we are still demanding the same demands we placed from the 8th Parliament and pound pressure for 8th passage. We are piling the same pressure. So we are demanding that the bill should come back to be featured on the order paper for us to pass it so that President Mahama can sign it as he has indicated.
Okay. Just trying to get a few things. This bill is private members, right?
Very much so.
Who are the sponsors?
So the sponsors are myself, Honorable Sam George, Honorable Bedra, Honorable Odelosoa, Honorable Helen Johnson, Honorable Tampuli, Honorable Tony Mier, Honorable Abdul Kabiru, Mohammed Tia, Honorable Nuruddin. So we are the 10.
So you are 10 now. Are you evenly split between NDC and MPP?
We have 6 MPP and 4 NDC.
It's just curious. Why do you have more NPP MPs now when in the last parliament you were the only NPP member on the list?
I think one of the most curious things will be that 2 of our members who are still members of parliament now decided this time from the NDC, this time they didn't want to be, they opted out of it.
It's also very curious that suddenly 6 MPP MPs are interested when in the past you were struggling to have a companion in that list, don't you think?
And Honorable Asifa is also part.
Okay, so that's 7 or 6, still 6.
So 10. Honorable Asifa, yes, so 10.
You are not interested in my curiosity, right?
Oh no, your curiosity is very tenable, but the good news is that all the members of parliament at the time, if were unable to append their signature, were stood up in parliament when we're considering and indicated openly
that is
support. 4 cameras, that is support.
Very well. Just hold on for me. I want to ask from the other side why the stalling. So if you could just be on the line, indulge me, sir. That's Reverend Tim Fojo. Let me speak to Roxanne Nelson Dapamakpo. He's Majority Chief Whip and NDC MP for South Dai. Honorable, you're welcome to Eyewitness News. Hello, Efonia. Good evening.
Yes, evening.
Your colleague from Asin South is saying because power has changed, you are suddenly not interested in promoting a bill that you talked so much about ahead of the elections last year, and that it was brought or it was on the order paper on the first day when you resumed and it was removed subsequently, and since then there's not been any indication as to whether the bill will be brought before the House. As a whip of the House, clearly you know how these things are done. Can you tell us why we have not seen it on the order paper?
First of all, Tim Fojo should stop this propaganda, because he and I sponsored the original bill. I should also go to town and ask where he was when we spent 2.5 to 3 years fighting the bill in Parliament, in the last Parliament. So, by all means, let's do politics. We shouldn't do political propaganda. The issue is that the bill has been reintroduced. Speaker has directed that it be reintroduced. Some private members, including he himself, have introduced the bill. It goes through a process. There was an issue raised on the first day when it was advertised. What was the issue? Some of us were of the opinion that the last bill which we passed effectively spending precious parliamentary time and resource to go through for 9 months. We received nearly 200 memoranda and went through it meticulously and past date hasn't died. Because it's only a bill that dies with the life of the parliament. But where the bill has been passed...
Honorable Roxanne, just a second. Honorable Reverend Tim Fojo, I'm hearing some noise in the... No, I'm not coming to him. I just want to guess. I can hear some noise. I want to be sure whether it's from your side or his side. Honorable Tim Fojo, I'm hearing some noise in the background. I don't know if you can manage that for me. I'll be grateful.
Hello?
Yes, Honorable Fojo, I can hear some noise in the background from where you are. If you could do something about it, I'll be
Very well.
grateful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Honorable Dafa
I'll be glad to hear what Honorable
well, you can't hear him. Can you hear him? Honorable Dafa, just a second. Reverend, can you hear? Okay. Were you hearing Dafa?
Okay. No, I didn't hear the submission, but he can proceed.
He's proceeding now. Thank you. Okay.
Okay. So we were of the opinion that once the bill has been effectively passed by Parliament to an act of law, what was pending was the signature of the President. That ran into some constitutional problems, including me myself going to court to compel the President to sign. It didn't happen. The Speaker has directed that whatever it is, we should still proceed with the new one. So it's been advertised. And we need to find time to take it through. That is a private member's bill. And as a private member's bill, once budget has come in, and budget came in exactly a week yesterday, budget takes precedence. So for all that we've been doing since last week is to handle what we call the post-budget retreat, which happened last weekend. When we returned on last Tuesday, we've been commenting on the budget ever since. So he knows that a private member's business cannot take precedence over the government's major business, which is the budget. So as soon as the budget is passed, in let's say 2 or 3 weeks' time, all other businesses will be considered accordingly. And his bill is just about a month old in Parliament. So what is this propaganda that government is blocking it and all that? What was in Tim Fojo when he and I sponsored the same bill and his president actually refused to sign? So we shouldn't say the kind of unguarded things that he's saying. We are interested in passing this bill into law.
Okay.
We will do so after the budget is passed. We will have enough time to deal with it. What it also means is that we will still have to invite memoranda. We still have to invite memoranda from people who are interested in the old one, because the terms are similar. So we need to hear people again. It's a new attempt. It's a renewed attempt to pass this into a proper legislation. So he shouldn't make the comments that he's making, because this is a bipartisan bill. He has people from our side who are sponsoring the bill. In the same way he joined us in the last term to also sponsor that. So he must speak in a tone, in a manner that will carry both sides along. He shouldn't do this as if it's an NPP agenda. He shouldn't do that at all.
Okay. Do we have a tentative date?
It will offend other members from our side who are sponsoring the bill as well.
Okay.
All he should be asking is that when can this be prioritized for him? He knows that we are in a budget hearing cycle. We cannot prioritize private members' bill over the budget. That one, no government will accept it.
Okay. What date tentatively have you scheduled, or can you schedule to bring it before the House? Because he says you are stalling. He says you are stalling it on purpose.
It is already before the House.
Okay. So, when would it be advertised or listed? I'm not sure the proper terminology.
No, it's been advertised.
Okay.
Then it ran into an initial problems which Speaker has resolved. And when Speaker resolved it, it should be read the first time and referred to the appropriate committee. But before that could be done, then budget came. So once budget has come, budget takes precedence over every other matter. Worst of all, the private business. So he should be patient. When budget is passed, sometime 19th of next month, when budget is passed, we'll split all businesses. I'm sure when we return early January, we'll be able to deal with these matters expressly, including other bills belonging to government.
Which means my understanding should be that if this bill will be dealt with, it will take us up to January next year, when you will go on recess and return.
Yes.
Okay, let me ask him if that satisfies him. So if you could just be on the line for me. Reverend Tim Fojo, your leader says because you are busy with budget, what you want to see would be done, and it will be done as soon as the budget has been dealt with. And he estimates that when you resume from recess in January, it would be dealt with. Does that satisfy you?
That is most hypocritical. That is most disingenuous. A bill that was listed on the first day of the third meeting of Parliament was removed from the order paper, and now they are scheduling it into 2026. That is most unacceptable. This goes to show how clearly NDC has toyed with the minds of every well-meaning Ghanaian who was so passionate about this bill. They have shifted away from their position. It has never happened in the history of our parliamentary practice that a bill, having been gazetted, will appear and be programmed on the order paper, and it will be removed. And even after Speaker had ruled that it should be brought back, the majority leader and the NDC and the government of the day will still defy the ruling of the Speaker, and the Speaker will not hold them in contempt and still watch on that the bill should still be missing from the program. It is not part of the priority of the government business, and that it should be scheduled for an indefinite, suspended indefinitely. So when the president comes to tell you, if Parliament passes it, I will sign, they've arranged, and they are telling you that we will not even bring it on the order paper. If it doesn't appear on the order paper, we will keep postponing it. It will never be brought. We will never pass it. Then the president gets away. Ghanaians will show that in the coming days, they will hear what will happen. All the religious leaders, our pastors, our imams, our clergy, the coalition, the CSOs, the 93% Ghanaians who have been deceived and who have been lied to, who followed the falsehood of the NDC and were misled that they were committed, have now seen the true colors of the NDC and position on this bill. So they have rather removed it, and they are saying they don't even know.
But he didn't say that. He said no. He said
2025.
Yeah, but he has explained that the budget, once the budget comes, yeah, but he says that once the budget has come, everything else is put on hold, including other serious government business.
Even today, there were other. Look at the program, the statement. I will send you the business statement for the ensuing week, and you would realize that it is not only budget we are going to consider. There are other bills. There are statements.
Such as so which bill or statement?
There are many questions.
Hold on a second. Let me just ask this question. Let me ask. So, which bill or which statement or which agenda has been listed for next week that you believe is less important than the listing of the LGBTQ bill?
Which of the programs listed in addition to the budget? Yes, the budget is very important, and we are going to pass it. And there's in the parliamentary practice, nobody says that when it's budget season, the only thing that appears on the order paper is budget. Let him tell you, he's a chief whip. We just debated the budget statement, and it's not only budget throughout. There are many other items on it. It will tell you. It was about a 5-pager. Not about 10-pager business statement, even not even more. So budget 2026 is not the only item.
Let me ask
you.
you.
If they truly prioritize it, they will list it and we'll take it.
Okay, I'll go back to him, but just one question before you take leave of us.
And Umaru, the other question I need to put across is that the practice of Parliament is that when a bill appears on the order paper, even if for some reason you're not able to take it today, it doesn't get removed. It will keep reappearing until the time that it is taken. So why, even if they don't want to take it today, why did they not allow it to appear on the order paper? But they removed it. Rather mischievously, they have rather now become so intolerant to even seeing the human sexual rights appear on the order paper. That is how intolerant they have grown to become. They don't even want to see it programmed.
Okay.
Not to even talk of prioritizing it. And you want to now suspend it indefinitely. That is most unacceptable.
Reverend, last question before you go. Do you have the moral rights as a member of the New Patriotic Party, as a member of the last parliament, and knowing what happened and knowing what we know, to even be blaming this side on anything related to this anti-LGBTQ
law? I have the moral rights, the high moral ground. When my party was in government, I appended my signature, I co-sponsored, I teamed up with my colleagues on many occasions on TV, radio, everywhere on the floor. We put demands on the parliament, the government of the day, to support until we passed it. And when the legal issues came in, my voice was vocal everywhere. So you are a witness. You have platform many times. That when I was deputy minister.
Okay.
Very well.
All right.
My position and principle have not changed.
Thank you, Reverend. Reverend John Ntimfojwo is NPP MP for Asin South and member of the team of MPs that has sent the bill, anti-LGBTQI bill, to Parliament. Let me speak to Majority Whip. Honorable Nelson Dapamakpo, your colleague holds the view that clearly you do not prioritize this bill. That's why you're pushing it to the next session, or is it meeting that you call it? I'm not sure the proper terminology again. His view is that if you look at your business paper for next week, for instance, you have items thereon that he believes should make way for this bill, and that budget is not the only thing you're going to be considering for the rest of this period.
Items such as what?
He did not say, but he said he looked at it.
I have the business statement before me. He should show me one single item that is not government business that should be jettisoned for a private business to be prioritized over government business. Every single item in the business statement prioritized for next week is related to the budget. We are taking reports. We'll be taking, once we conclude the debate on Wednesday, the next thing to do is to begin to take the committee estimates that have been referred to committees. And you know how tedious and arduous that is. We are going to take estimates from every state entity in this country and take their budget and deal with it one after the other until appropriation is passed. If you prioritize any other business, you may not be able to pass appropriation before Christmas. And it's tedious. That is why by practice, before budget comes, you prioritize government business as well as private members' business. That was why before budget came last week, we prioritized private members' businesses like hate, like the LGBTQ. Then there were legal issues raised. Then Speaker came to rule, and that brought finality to that matter. So the next thing is now to read it for the first time and refer it. But before that could be done, budget has come in. Ever since budget came last week, everything has been budget. That is why even statements for members are sparingly taken. So for Ntimfojwo to go to town and be running from one station to the other and trying to bastardize governments is pure propaganda. It's not principled about this. I went to sue the president. I went to sue to compel the president to sign this bill. Where was he? He was my co-sponsor at the time. So he's not acting as a matter of principle. He's acting as a matter of convenience, because now it's convenient for him to do all that he's doing because he's in opposition. But I'm saying this is neither an opposition matter nor a government matter. It's a private members matter, but everybody is interested. And as the chief whip and serving my leader and leadership in Parliament, we will do this. But we cannot do this when budget is here. So we'll pass budget. When we pass budget, any other business, including government and private members' business, he's not the only one who has private members' business. Other members also have other bills and motions. We'll take all of them in sync.
Okay.
So you should be patient.
So generally,
in any case, this bill will not be passed with alacrity. It will go through the rigorous process of inviting memoranda, which in this case may be more than 200. The last one attracted over 200. This one may attract more. We may have to listen to every single sponsor of those memoranda. So he should hasten slowly.
But
last time he vanished. He left the job for myself, Sam George, and Bejla to do. He didn't, and Adwan also. He doesn't know how tedious it can be. There's no quicker way of dealing with this matter, because the churches will come, other stakeholders will come, both pro and cons, those who are against and those who are for. So we will take this bill methodically through the process. So the speed with which he's looking for, and for which he seeks to blame government when government has not. In any case, the president says if the bill is passed today, he will sign. So what is in Team Forge's problem? This is in stark contrast to the president that he served. We passed the bill, his president refused to sign. We went to court, he still won't sign. What was in Team Forge? So, Citi, please, this matter is settled. After budget is passed, this matter will be attended to in a manner that Parliament sees fit. Methodically, everybody will be heard, and it will be passed. When we pass it, the president will assent to it.
Thank you for speaking to us.
It's my pleasure, my brother.
That's honorable. Are you still there? Just one more question before you go.
Okay.
The legal education bill.
Yes.
We are told that cabinet has considered it. Is there a status at the parliamentary level that you can share with us, since you have an interest in that?
Yes, that will be. I'm sure by Tuesday it should be with us. But again, it will run into problems because myself, as you may be aware, this has been my baby since 2017, 2018, and so eventually leading to the drafting of the bill and presentation to Parliament. It's my baby. So I am so anxious that it can be passed, but there's nothing I can do. I can't be running around saying that that should be passed, maybe even under certificate of urgency, because we have the budget to deal with. After the budget, all bills, including the legal reform bill, will also be expressly attended to and dealt with. And I'm sure from next year, your staffers at Citi who want to receive legal education and become lawyers, whether they want to practice or not, will be receiving good news.
Very well.
The drudgery of entrance exams and such other matters that frustrate them will be totally eradicated.
Thank you for speaking to us, sir.
Pleasure, my brother.
That's Honorable Roxy Nelson Eche Dafamapo. He is NDC MP for South Dai and the Majority Chief Whip in Parliament. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. Let me read some of your messages. Akapo Junior and Hafumim says the president will be held in high esteem if he is able to assent to the LGBTQ bill despite huge opposition from donor countries. Abdurazak from Boku says President Mahama is the hope of many Ghanaians. Getting that LGBTQI bill signed is what many of us wait for. Please, Mr. President, if the bill comes before you, get the job done. Mausi Ayebi Aista from Abutiateti in Volta region says the MPP has no moral standing to discuss LGBT rights, having failed to transmit the bill to the president while in power. They can't criticize now when they neglected their duty earlier. Let's ignore the micro-minority and focus on progress and accountability. This message says the minority have no moral integrity to question this current administration about the LGBTQ bill. The then majority had all time under the sun to sign the bill, but they refused for reasons best known to them. It is shocking how Honorable Sam George is silent on this bill after power change, change hands, you say. God is watching. That's Don Shepherd from Shukra. This was please let someone with legal minds explain the details of this bill to us, the ordinary people. All we know is that it talks about LGBT. Please, we need breakdown of this bill, please, from Alex Kwesi Intema. Okay, keep listening. We'll be giving you other perspectives. This one says, I wonder why the lives of Honorable Ntim Forjo and the NPP MPs are now running commentary on this anti-LGBTQI bill, which was passed by Parliament, and the President Akufo-Addo refused to sign it into law, which eventually expired with the last Parliament. That's Honorable Ayuba from Yagbong in the Gonja district of the Savannah region. Send your message to 0549 986 996. That's a WhatsApp number, 0549 986 996. Alternatively, you can go on Twitter, now known as X, and write your message. Do mention my handle at Omar Rusanda or at Citi973, and the world will hear what you think. Baba Chairman has done that from Tamale. He says the NDC simply played a smart one on Ghanaians regarding the LGBTQI plus thing, and Ghanaians will surely punish them in 2028. Eyewitness News returns. Please stay.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
We asked Ghanaian business owners what they want from Old Mutual.
I want insurance and pension solutions that will protect my employees.
Your business growth is our business. For 180 years, we have partnered with businesses to protect and grow their most valuable assets. From tailored group life assurance protection to affordable pension plans, we've got your business and your employees covered. Contact your broker or call Old Mutual on 0509 551 609 today. Old Mutual, do great things every day.
My hands are champion, creating temptation, 100% natural kibo, ginger, garlic, onion, no salt, no MSG, no preservatives, steam them natural, chicken, fish and meat, yes,
Kivo 3 in 100% natural ginger, garlic, onion powder, incredible aroma, champion taste. This advert is FDA.
Ginger, garlic and onion, 3-in-1 Kivo.
Who cries calling me this odd hour?
Hello. Good evening, Kwame.
Good evening.
We are into baby foods and would like to introduce...
Wait a minute. How did you get my number? You just use ways and means to find people's numbers and be calling them by heart. No respect for privacy or anything at all.
Oh, Bra Kwame.
Is your business privacy ready? Do you collect and use information of people in your line of work, like their name, number, location? You might be doing the wrong things. Whether you're a big company or a small one, you must respect people's right to privacy. Register and be certified by the Data Protection Commission of Ghana. It is the law. You will receive the necessary training, advice, and guided on the right systems to put in place to help protect information you collect about people. Register your company. It's simple and online. Visit www.dataprotection.org.gh to register. Privacy is the responsibility of everyone. Remember, privacy is personal.
The Kakamotobi come out in the festive season, and they are as scary as our bills. But we don't want to miss out on parties, family, and festivals. Whether you say Akwaba, Maraba, Wezo, or Obake, EcoBank says tap into 5s in the 5-star enjoyment promo. Be one of 10,000 lucky winners when you deposit multiples of 400 Ghana cedis or take a loan in multiples of 4,000 Ghana cedis to win up to 1.5 million Ghana cedis in cash and prizes. 1-year insurance cover, gift vouchers, and more. That's not all. Use your EcoBank card, mobile app, USSD, or POS to transact and enjoy up to 15% discount. Tap into vibes with EcoBank. T's and C's apply. Bill shouldn't scare you. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
EcoBank will never call or text asking you to verify sensitive information like your PIN, Ghana card, or bank card information. Pay better attention to details.
Papa no no, 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 Ankasa. Polytank is everywhere, durable and authentic. Stronger brand you can trust. Polytank, we get some more Rambo and get some more Super. And the Polytank we did. Polytank, papa no no, 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 Ankasa.
The best.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Yeah, welcome back on Eyewitness News 97.3 Citi FM. Now, there's a story that emerged this week that a journalist, other reports suggest it's a blogger, which either way has been engaged in the transmission of communication or information, and we're told he was arrested by the police for something he must have written on social media or on his website. His lawyer is Enoch Afuakwa. He's joined us on the line. You're welcome to Eyewitness News, sir.
Good evening, and thanks for having me.
Good evening. First of all, your client, how is he described as? What's his name and what is he? What's his profession?
Yes, Samuel Amadoto. It's a journalist who works with G-Class Multimedia, an online news portal. So he's a member of the Inky fraternity, and like your good self.
I see. What happened to him? He
belongs to the fourth estate of the realm.
What happened to him?
Yeah, his arrest and detention stems from the fact that he made a publication of a video content on his website and the person to whom the video is ascribed to reported the matter to the National Signals Bureau, of which he was invited, interrogated, released, and subsequently invited back again. Then he was apprehended by the officers of the Ghana Police CID.
Now, was it a complaint lodged by the person against whom the video was? Is that where the complaint came from, or where did the complaint come from?
Certainly, yes, the complaint came from an individual. It's quite laughable that a complaint coming from an individual alleging a defamation or whatsoever, then that person, the alleged accused person, is charged with the offense of publication of false news with intent to cause fear and panic.
Okay, so the complainant said defamation, but the police found a charge in Act 29 to slap against your client.
No, the complainant complained. The complaints of the complainant stems on the fact that the man has published the false news against him, and certainly that is why in our criminal jurisprudence, the criminal libel law was repealed years ago, and that.
But false information is still on our books.
Yeah, false information is still on our books, but aren't you surprised that false information reported by an individual, of which one is charged, and the charge is that you have published a false information with the intent to cause fear and panic. Meaning that once they cause fear and panic, then you are raising issues of national security and the likes, which is laughable because the complainant in this matter is not the state, it is not the national security, it is not the Ghana Police Service. It's an individual.
Did the complainant...
So if the individual feels aggrieved or dissatisfied by the publication, the alleged publication, then the person has a remedy in law by instituting a civil action against the media house and against the publisher to be able to ensure that the civil court deals with the subject matter.
Did your client regret the publication? Did your client apologize and say that he erred in that publication?
He was arraigned before the Circuit Court Accra today, and graciously, Anna, the Circuit Court judge, he pleaded not guilty to the count leveled against him, and he was granted bail to the sum of 50,000 Ghana cedis with two sureties to reappear on the 10th of December. Certainly, once he has pleaded not guilty to the offense that he has been charged with, he has not regretted anything. He has not apologized to anyone, and certainly he looks stronger to go through the process as it exists.
So, what was the exact charge as read out in court today?
Yeah, publication of false news with the intent to cause fear and panic. And I believe my lady, the Circuit Court judge, gave directions to the prosecution that the fact does not support the charge, and that she directed that they do something about it. If not, the court will take a decision on the charge that has been leveled against the accused person.
The bail condition was 50,000 cedis. Has he been able to honor that? Has he walked home?
I'm yet to find out because I left behind a team looking for, because I needed to attend an urgent matter before the Adenta High Court. So I went back to court. So I'll confer right after your interview to see if, because at the time I was leaving the court, the sureties were ready. They had made copies of the relevant documents that were needed, but the court was still sitting. So the orders ought to be printed for the judge to sign the orders so that they can use the orders to process the bill. And I'm yet to find out whether they have been able to go through the process successfully. And I know once it is not a bill with justification, this is a straightforward bill, of which once a person who has an asset worth 50,000 Ghana is two persons. So even mobile phones that person, currently the young people, the Gen Zs are holding, some of them, these mobile phones is worth 25,000, 20,000 Ghana cedis. So I believe that it is not a stringent bail condition that is that the accused person is unable to meet, and we are grateful and thankful to the court for for showing the young man, the journalist, that kind of grace, and restored his freedom so that he reappeared before the court on the 10th of December 2025.
Thank you so much for speaking to us.
Thank you very much for having me.
That's Enoch Afuakwa, his lawyer for the blogger who was arrested on the charges of publication of false news intended to cause fear and panic. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM. We are coming to you from our studios in Accra. I am Umar Rusanda Amadu here with Fafa Kwatufe, who brings us Our next story.
Now, the New Patriotic Party has reaffirmed its decision to maintain the ban on proxy voting in the party's 2026 presidential primary, despite receiving several petitions from party members calling for a review. Chairman of the MPP's Presidential Elections Committee, Joe Osei-Owusu, announced the decision after the committee concluded its consultations on concerns raised by various stakeholders within the party. He said the committee had thoroughly examined all petitions but determined that upholding the ban was necessary to ensure a transparent, credible and incident-free election.
The earlier published position or guideline on proxy voting. We've listened to all kinds of petitions. We've read the petitions presented by sections of the party. And after listening to all that, we came to a conclusion that for the sake of conducting an election that is incident-free and election that is respected, election which is accessible to all, a very credible elections, that provision or that ban should be maintained. We will still not have proxy voting in this 2026 presidential primaries. That position is maintained.
You heard the chairman of the MPP's Presidential Elections Committee, Joe Osei-Owusu.
Let's go on the phone lines and speak to Yafrin Poma Amponsa. She's chairperson of the MPP USA branch. You're welcome to Eyewitness News, madam.
Yeah, hello. Good evening. This is Morning here. Your viewers and listeners this evening.
Great. What difficulty do you have with the position of the party on this proxy voting?
Yeah, thank you, my brother. Our position is simple. Proxy is the feature of an election that is enshrined in our laws, the laws of Ghana, covered under our CI 127, Regulation 25, that has spelled out the category of persons that can benefit from proxy voting. And the regulation is quite simple. It is a protection for persons who are 86, who are vulnerable, who are disabled, and then who, for circumstances beyond their control, cannot be present when the day of the elections. So it is a protection of vulnerable citizens, and then those with circumstances that are beyond their control, for them to be present on the day of election. So when a committee is set up by the party to implement election process, that rule of proxy has already been laid out. The frameworks of our laws and constitution were very clear that vulnerability can cause somebody not to participate in the democratic process. And so they have made safeguards to protect them. It cannot be that the convenience of a committee must go contrary to the laws of the land and the laws governing and regulating elections in Ghana. And for us, that is what we see the committee as having done. What did we hear the chairman of the committee say? That for them to have incident-free election, that it is fair and the integrity of the election is protected. But what they are failing to also acknowledge is that to protect the integrity of the election is to make sure that every law that is stipulated in our statute books is applied. So for you to sacrifice the statute on the altar of convenience, it has to be incident-free. It has to be, protect the sanctity of what you are doing. not the sanctity of the people, the vulnerable, the sick, those who have traveled, those who are in school, and they have set the party and they have the right under the laws of our party to exercise that franchise that has been given to them. I think that they are doing those people as they said, because let's take the diasporans even aside. Because our numbers are so negligible that it shouldn't even cause the kind of conversation we are hearing. What about the people in Ghana? NPP has a...
Yes, I have a question. Has a party in the past allowed this proxy? For which reason the decision not to allow this time is becoming alarming? Because logistical issues will come up.
The party has allowed proxy in every single election we have been in. Just the last primaries in 2023, the proxy was allowed. At the time, external branches, each country had 12 votes, 12 delegates votes. With the 12 delegates vote, the proxy applications that went in was about 70 or 73 thereabouts. Out of the 324 delegates from the external branches. So you look at the numbers, it is like an open or a blanket rule that certain delegates are exploited to their advantage. It is negligible. 324, and out of that, only 73 made applications for proxy. So how can anybody sit somewhere and say that that process is being abused? And like I was saying, if you take the diaspora out of the equation, what are we doing to our vulnerable people within our party? People who are sick, bedridden, people who have disabilities, that we have over the years been captured under proxy. What are we saying to them? That it matter? Because the physically strong, the physically mobile person should be given those courtesies. But this is enshrined in law. And I think that the party needs to revisit the committee that has said this, but we have layers of leadership structure in the party. If the committee is saying this, it has to be escalated to the National Executive Committee or the National Council level for a conclusive decision to be made as far as this is concerned. If the issue was about me or Baya Frimpong, it wouldn't have been a problem. I bought my ticket to be in Ghana long time ago when the date came up. So it is not about me as an individual, but it is something that is so fundamental to our rule of law and our democracy that we have to protect it. If we allow this to slide, we don't know what extent can a committee go next time to abolish something that is enshrined in law. And that is the reason why some of us have taken this principle stand to push this and to make our argument for the leadership of the party to take a second look at this decision.
Okay. Now, the party has decided the elections 2 months away. What options are available to you, and how do you intend to exercise those options?
Like I said, we have petitioned the National Executive Committee because the Presidential Committee is an ad hoc committee. They derive their mandate from somewhere, from a higher authority. It is them who have spoken, not the National Party. And for me, I think our petition to the National Executive Committee must be looked at.
Thank you for speaking to us. But just out of curiosity, is your branch the only branch that is raising issue with this, or other branches are raising issue? And also, the candidates themselves, do you have any of them agreeing with your position?
Yeah, thank you. It's not only NPP USA that has taken this stance, but our petition was a collective petition. After the petition, some chairpersons from about 5-6 branches pulled out after they have, in principle, agreed when the petition was sent, which is okay. it's still the majority are in support of this effort. Whether a presidential candidate supports it or not is even not in question. It's immaterial. It has nothing to do with them. It is a law that was there before they even made up their mind to want to contest. And they should not also be making laws for their own elections. Also fundamentally wrong. The laws are there. The committee must implement the law, make regulations around the remit of the laws that are already there. And that is it. But they cannot rewrite the law to say that proxy is off the table. For me, that is abuse of their remit. And we have taken it to the next level of the party to be looked at. So if they limit the discussion to only the diasporans, that cannot come. It is rather here not there. You have vulnerable. We have others in the party who are bedridden as we speak. I don't want to mention some of the names of some of the elders here, but they are there. And over the years, they have used proxy as a means to also express their interest in what is going on in the party, that they help build, that they help fund it, that they help catapult it to the stage where it is. So if as a party we decide that proxy will be taken off the table, what legitimate right can we have if one day the Electoral Commission of Ghana says that we are taking proxy off the table? What legal basis or moral right could we have as a party to challenge the Electoral Commission when they do something out of the remit of the rules of engagement? And it is that reason that some of us are unrelenting in our pursuit to want to make sure that they do the right thing by the people, if not for the diasporas, at least those also who are in Ghana, who have served well, but for one reason or the other, it's captured in the CI, the circumstances to which somebody can apply. Proxy is not a blanket rule. It is an application. You do it. It is scrutinized. It is accepted or rejected. Why must you take it off the table and claim integrity of the electoral process? Are we at war? The integrity of the electoral process is when the rules that have been laid out by the laws of Ghana is duly implemented. Anything short of that is an arbitrary rule.
Thank you for speaking. Thank you for speaking to us, madam.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
That's Yafrin Poma Ponsa. She's chairperson of the MPP branch in the United States of America. This is Eyewitness News on 97.3 Citi FM.
News. Be there as it happens.
Hey, Ruben. Every 2 seconds notification. The Momo keeps on coming. It keeps on coming, eh?
Ma, I am the community Momo man now. People send money, and with the Momo app, every payment is done. My transactions are flying.
Hey, Adeng.
Ma, you didn't know, eh?
Over 2 million Ghana cedis is up for grabs in the Stillman Saka promo. Transact more than 100 Ghana cedis with your Momo app, and you could win daily, weekly, and monthly cash prizes, and 100,000 Ghana cedis grand prize. And it's not just payments and money transfers. Bank to wallet transactions, savings, loans, investments, pensions, POS transactions, and Momo transactions from other partner platforms qualify. This promo runs in collaboration with the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Go me. And what time when you come back, we are not hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I not change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Because now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they boss my mind self be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small.
Go, the go.
Jump Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Make a choice. Go for it. You need support to achieve. A new verse awaits you. The Republic Verse, where you're treated as uniquely as you are. Succeed, thrive, outshine yourself. This is our verse, the Republic Verse. Join the Republic Verse and big up. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Are you feeling tired after a hard day's work? Have you lost your appetite even for your favorite dish? Viral Blood Tonic is a nutritionally balanced, pleasant-tasting tonic fortified with iron and vitamins to boost your appetite and energy levels for high performance. Viral Blood Tonic, easy to take and good for the family. Viral from Danex Iting Starwin PLC. If symptoms persist after 48 hours, consult a physician. This advert is FDA approved.
The winning season is back, but this time I am collecting the wins like jollof at a wedding. The luckiest season 3 is here. Your chance to flip your luck or maybe your bank account too.
2 easy ways to join. Dial *712#. Hit 1 to buy for you or 2 to gift a friend. Feeling lucky? Pick 1 for a random number or hit 2 to choose your own. Pay with mobile money. Done. You're in.
Or go to theluckiestafrica.com, click community tickets, choose your number or let the system do so for you. You can buy a ticket for your boo or your favorite barber. Pay with Momo or card if you're abroad.
1 ticket could turn your 1 Ghana Cedi into 500 times more. And the whole community could win 10 times over.
Dial *712# or log on.
Let's get lucky together because luck is everywhere.
Play responsibly, not for persons under 18 years. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Get the details. Every significant financial transaction, every market movement, and all the policies that affect your business. Citi Business News. Be informed.
Time now for Citi Business News on Eyewitness News. I am Melody Fafa. Let's settle for the details now. Fitch Solutions is warning that the ongoing Islamist insurgency in the Sahel continues to pose a significant threat to Ghana's economic outlook for 2026. Assistant Director at Fitch Solutions, Mike Kruniger, says although Ghana is projected to record strong growth next year, regional security tensions could trigger unexpected shocks.
So far, Ghana has been relatively shielded from a violent spillover compared to other coastal West African states, specifically Benin, for example. And this resilience is really partly due to Ghana's northern terrain, which is much less forest than, for example, Benin or Cote d'Ivoire, making it harder for militants from the Sahel to hide, really. And also because state control in northern Ghana is just stronger than in many neighboring countries. However, Islamist groups are gaining ground, right, in the Sahel, specifically in Mali right now, and the risks for Ghana are therefore rising. Our base case is that Ghana remains largely insulated from major attacks. But if militants were to cross into northern Ghana, the government would need to ramp up military spending, which, as you can see on the chart on the right here, is currently amongst the lowest in sub-Saharan Africa.
That was Mike Kruniger, Assistant Director at Fitch Solutions. Now, away from that, the Center for Policy Scrutiny is cautioning that government's ambitious 141% jump in capital expenditure for 2026 could collapse unless revenue mobilization significantly improves. Government has projected total expenditure of 302 billion Ghana cedis for the 2026 fiscal year, representing 18.9% of GDP, while revenue and grants are expected to hit 268 billion Ghana cedis. But policy fellow at the center, Dr. Prince Ejeyi, says the success of the budget hinges on government's ability to close long-standing leakages in the tax system. Speaking at a post-budget engagement, he argued that the expenditure push will only be credible if the Ghana Revenue Authority is properly resourced to execute new tax measures.
To make the 2026 targets actionable, government should increase resources to GRA, who is the chief tax collector, to ensure that they get the needed support to plug in all the loopholes and all the leakages and raking more money. Don't forget that the ambitious capex of 141% is largely dependent on how much revenue comes in. We also advocate that there should be a scaling up of spending in the 2026 budget, but this should not be at the expense of efficiency. Normally, we notice that when governments have these ambitious budgets, in order to impress, they overspend, they become reckless. We are advocating that government should be careful and ensure discipline in this regard.
Dr. Prince Ajay is Policy Fellow at the Center for Policy Scrutiny. Now, partner for strategy and partnerships at Deloitte Ghana, Yao Apialate has urged the government to push the effective VAT rate down further to 17.5% in next year's mid-year budget review. He argues that although the 2026 budget proposes a reduction in the effective rate from 21.9% to 20%, the level remains too high for businesses and could undermine competitiveness and growth. He tells Citi Business News that a more aggressive cut is needed to ease the cost burden on businesses already grappling with tight margins and high operating expenses.
Government was ambitious and also boldly removed some tax handles in their first budget. Subsequently, they removed the COVID levy and also brought some reforms in the VAT side, which is something that was outstanding. I think for us as business advice, it's a positive thing. We would have loved for a lot more aggressive measure around the VAT. The VAT rate are still at 20% is so high. And I think it's something that government should still consider. In the course of the year, maybe during the mid-year review, they should consider revising the overall VAT rate to about 17.5, which was what used to be the case for a long time, because we are not competitive compared to our peers in sub-Saharan Africa. A VAT of 20% is too high.
That was Yao Apialate, partner for strategy and partnerships at Deloitte Ghana. Now, Ghana and South Africa are intensifying efforts to remove trade and regulatory barriers that continue to progress under the Africa Continental Free Trade Area, AfCFTA. The following report has more details.
Acting High Commissioner of the South African Mission in Ghana, Thando Dalamba, at a global South African business luncheon, said collaboration among member states will unlock the full economic potential of the continent under AfCFTA. Despite the quest for a seamless market, persistent bottlenecks remain major obstacles to realizing the full potential of the agreement.
You see, this AfCFTA, what do you call it, preferred, let's say, status on products that will come to Ghana. Then when it comes to issues of tariffs, customs, so there has been agreed as AfCFTA. AfCFTA is working well, although I feel at times that if the AfCFTA can do more, let's say information, let's say to distribute the information so that people, they become aware of what it's doing.
Jimmy Ranaman, General Manager of Global Markets Brand South Africa, said the two countries are committed to drive inclusive growth and foster regional development.
The reason we are here is actually to take the G20 message outside of South Africa, I think into the continent. As you know, we're talking about solidarity, equality, and sustainability, not only in relation to South Africa, but in relation to all nations. I think in terms of our messaging with regards to G20, we're saying shared prosperity for all and equality for all nations.
The meeting was to discuss collective ways to transform Africa's trade and explore investment opportunities.
Daniel Odromensa filed that report, and that's all for Citi Business News. On Eyewitness News, I am Melody Fafa, but to fair up next is Point Blank.
Everywhere, for everyone, yeah. The winning season is back, but this time I am collecting the wins like Jollof at a wedding. The luckiest season 3 is here. Your chance to flip your luck or maybe your bank account too.
2 easy ways to join. Dial *712#. Hit 1 to buy for you or 2 to gift a friend. Feeling lucky? Pick 1 for a random number or hit 2 to choose your own. Pay with mobile money. Done. You're in.
Or go to the luckiestafrica.com, click community tickets, choose your number or let the system do so for you. You can buy a ticket for your boo or your favorite barber. Pay with Momo or card if you're abroad.
1 ticket could turn your 1 Ghana Cedi into 500 times more. And the whole community could win 10 times over.
Dial *712# or log on.
Let's get lucky together because luck is everywhere.
Play responsibly, not for persons under 18 years. This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
This November, elegance comes alive at the Ambassador Ballroom of the Movenpick Hotel, Accra. Experience a night of fine dining and classical artistry with Guy Bertrand K, Kokui Selome, and the Afro Maestro Orchestra. Enjoy a luxurious 4-course dinner with wine pairings crafted to perfection. Tickets are 1,800 Ghana Cedis, but grab your early bird for just 1,500. Join us on Thursday, the 27th of November at 7 p.m. for a celebration of music, culture, and pure sophistication. Reserve now. Call 020-433-3136 or 0302-611-000. The Movenpick Classical Music Night, where every moment is pure elegance.
Flight 715 is now boarding at Gate 4.
Welcome to the Stanbic Bank app that makes you live a lot more like
topping up my electricity before ECG do me yawa.
That's smart. And you have to send mom money. Forgot?
Easy. We'll just transfer from the app.
We are about to take off.
Okay, let me also enable my travel notice.
It was that easy, huh?
Complete. Now I can use my card abroad without it getting declined.
Hey, you forgot to pay your water bill. The guys are outside to disconnect.
Wait a minute. Water bill payment? Done.
Why you lucky?
Charlie, my Stanbic Bank app sorting me back to back.
Level up and do more with the Stanbic Bank app. Download now on Google Play and Apple App Store. Visit stanbicbank.com.gh or call 0302-815-789 to get started. Stanbic Bank.
Christmas, my favorite time of the year.
This festive season, Volta Serene Hotel invites you to experience the magic of Christmas and New Year like never before. From 20th of December to the 1st of January, step into a world of joy, music, laughter, and celebration. We begin on the 20th with a soulful carols night, filling the air with warmth and melody. Then, on 23rd and 24th of December, arrive in style as we welcome you with fresh coconut and local treats. Christmas Day brings pure delight, exciting moments for kids, relaxing escape for adults, and an elegant all-white dinner under the stars, crowned with a spectacular fireworks display. On Boxing Day, embrace culture and rhythm, from picnics and traditional dance to an unforgettable high life and old school night. As the week unfolds, enjoy movie nights, live music, karaoke, and endless fun, until we welcome 2026 with a breathtaking fireworks show on New Year's Eve. Special Christmas packages starting from 4,050 for individuals, 5,250 for couples, and 8,900 Ghana Cedis for a family of 4 for 2 nights. Call or WhatsApp 0541 539 867 or 0362 025 243 to book your experience today. Volta Serene Hotel. Feel the serene touch.
Announcing Ghana's first unlimited photocopier leasing. Yes, from just 983 Ghana cedis, you can lease a multifunctional photocopier and print unlimited. Yes, unlimited and free paper every month. Guess what? That's not all. Toners, repairs, and maintenance all are free. And oh, I'm not kidding at all. And we cover the whole country. Yes, the whole country. What are you waiting for? Just visit us at www.valexlease.com or call 0244 644048. I repeat, or call 0244 644048. Remember, terms and conditions apply. Valex Lease, affordable document management solutions.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
This is Prem Blanco on Eyewitness News. I'm Umaru Sandama. Tonight on Prem Blanco, we are going to Parliament. Now, the Majority Leader and Leader of Government Business presented the business statement for next week for the House of Parliament. But this does not go down well with a number of the minority members. They think there are things that ought to have been in the business statement for next week, which have been omitted by the Majority Leader, Honorable Muhammad Yarida. I want us to listen briefly to the reactions to the presentation of the business statement for next week.
Now, I'm worried about a phenomenon, and I say this without any malice. Earlier on, I think about a month ago, I had raised this matter on the House floor, that following the devastation to our environment, now we are reading all sorts of reports, water bodies, even food from the farm being poisoned with heavy metals and all that. I humbly suggested earlier that if it pleases this House, Majority Leader, if it pleases the Business Committee, can't we, so that we can do something beyond the ordinary, can't we program the Minister for Lands or the Land Ministry, now that these matters are going up and it's taking a serious direction? Can't the ministry brief us every week? Let's know what is happening. And I say this without malice. I say that of a pure sense of patriotism, that as Ghanaians, as a representatives of the people, so that I see my deputy, the deputy is well dressed today, exceptionally dressed today. He's coming to debate. I hope he will give us solutions to Galamsey anyway. Anyway, that is judged by the by. So I want to appeal. I beg this House. Let's resolve for once. This is not a partisan matter. The waters are getting bad. Even food on our table is getting poisoned by heavy metals. So I'm simply saying, Speaker, with your indulgence, and with the blessings of the other side of the House, Honorable Mills, I know you support me on this. Let's program the Lands Minister. I'm not saying specifically the Minister himself. Deputy, he's capable. He can come and brief us. Every week, they should come and tell us, where are we? How is the fight going? Are there things that we should do as a House to support them? This is very important. This is very important. And I pray that you don't take it out of context. Galamsey is at risk. Our lives are at risk. Even food from our farms are at risk. So having said that, let me conclude on the referrals again. 290 referrals is not ordinary. And there must be a reason why these matters are still outstanding. So, Leader, as I said, we must also contribute to resolving this challenge. And we on this side will be glad to heed to a call from you for us to meet together as leadership and find a way of resolving this matter. So, guys, thank you.
Yes, Honorable Patrick Obama.
Thank you very much. Mr. Speaker, I would like to draw the Chairman of the Business Committee's attention to Standing Order 2211. It's with regards to the Subsidiary Legislation Committee and the referrals there under paragraph 16 of the attachment. Leader, our committee is supposed to present our reports after the referrals have been made to us, per the rules, at least 5 sitting days before the expiration of the 21 sitting days, in accordance with Article 11.7. So we are not in any way in breach of the rules of the House. I just wanted to bring it to your attention. Thank you.
Yes, Honorable Deputy Minister for Lands and Natural Resources.
I'm very grateful for the opportunity to make a few comments with respect to the business statements. And I want to join my colleague, Honorable Ntim Fojo, to call for the need for us to begin the conversation on the LGBTQ plus bill. But I want to also suggest that as much as possible, we don't politicize this issue once again. The question to ask is, we are here today because somebody did not do what he was supposed to do. And I thought my brother would have pointed it out. The president, the former president, was the one to sign this bill into an act. It was complete, it was ready.
Honorable, hold it. Yes, Honorable Ntim Fojo, why are you up?
Mr. Speaker, my good friend and brother,
why are you interrupting?
I'm interrupting.
What's the basis of your interruption?
I'm on standing orders. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 2.
What did order 1, 2, 3, 2 says?
Mr. Speaker, the comment my honorable colleague has just raised is not accurate. If he has a concern which is genuine, he has to go straight to the point and join the call. But bringing in extraneous matters which are not accurate, blaming
Honorable Member, I think you are completely out of order. Kindly resume your seat. Honorable Sule, you have the floor.
Mr. Speaker, I'm grateful. Mr. Speaker, so I'm adding my voice to what he said, but I'm also cautioning that there's a need for us not to politicize this issue. And I'm just pointing out that this bill by now should have been an act if some other people had acted. And so for me, let us move away from trying to politicize this issue. The President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, a few days ago, made his position very clear on this matter, that as soon as the bill is ready, he was not going to use any means to frustrate the process of signing it. And that we were going to sign it. And so let us work together to ensure that this bill is put together very well. And we will now have a president who is ready to sign it. So the president will sign it. My second issue also has to do with the call on the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources to come here frequently to brief this House. My minister has just asked me to tell the House that we are more than ready. We are more than ready to come and respond to your issues. I know my minister has also had some conversation with the leadership. And so I'll pause here. My able leader will complete the records. Thank you.
Yes, any further comment? Yes, Honorable Comfordoyo.
Mr. Speaker, I would like to plead that we reintroduce the Songo Lagoon bill in the House so that we can solve the Songo issues once we reintroduce it. Yeah, I want the minister to reintroduce it so that we can solve the Songo Lagoon issues once and for all. Mr. Speaker, people are always agitating and beatings, other things, and it's too much for us. Demonstrations and other things, we cannot breathe, we cannot rest. So if we can reintroduce it, or the minister should come and brief us what he has been able to do so far, so that we solve it when it can be solved, so that Magdan will have his peace and work, and then the good people of Adan too can have their peace in the community. So, Mr. Speaker, please, the Songo Lagoon issue, Minister should come and do the briefing.
Yes, Honorable Frank Afriye.
Speaker, thank you so much. Speaker, let me thank the Business Committee Chairman and, in all humility, appeal to him that since the commentary on the budget will continue on next week Tuesday, if he and leadership that took the decision and time allocation, if they could just prop up the baseline time, which is 5 minutes to, let's say, 7 or 8 minutes, so that at least we can elicit more substantial responses from those of us who are attempting for the first time. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yes, minority leadership. Any further comment? Yes, majority leader and chairman for business committee. Your response to the comment.
Right Honorable Speaker, as the records of this House will testify, the government of President John Dramani Mahama and the NDC majority, and I believe the Right Honorable Speaker, we are all very committed to the passage of the Human Sexual Rights and Family Values Bill. If you recall, a couple of weeks ago when we debated this, I was the person who insisted that the fastest way to have this passed into law is to take a position that this Parliament has already passed it. So what is left is signature. And I recall many on your side arguing against my position, and so Speaker ruled, and he ruled that so far as he is concerned, the life of the 8th Parliament had elapsed, and this is a new Parliament, and once it wasn't signed, it had to be reintroduced afresh and taken through all the stages. So if you had listened to my advice and sided with me in the debate in this House, that we should treat it as having been passed by this House, and that once it is passed by this House, it is not part of businesses that have elapsed. By now, we would have left it squarely in the hands of the presidency to sign. But because I didn't get that support from you, the position became that it hasn't been passed, and so we must take it through all these processes. So if there's anybody committed to this legislation being passed, clearly it is me and then the people on this side, especially to have it passed expeditiously. Now, you decide that it should be freshly considered by this House, and I think that at this point, the Speaker indicated that it is going through the mail and will come back to this House. And so it is not an attempt by government. It's not an attempt by government. And President John Dramani Mahama has indicated time and again that any moment that the bill is brought before him, he will expeditiously sign it. So my honorable colleague, Honorable Ntim Fojo, even though in the 8th Parliament, I really didn't see you actively involved in having this bill passed. I know you were a sponsor of the bill, but as we considered it, I didn't really see much of your involvement. I didn't really see. If you recall, it was my committee that it was referred to. It was my committee. And then I didn't see much of your own personal involvement. And so I am surprised that all of a sudden you think that this is an urgent matter that must engage a priority in terms of the work of this House. And also, when we were all putting pressure on President Akufo-Addo to sign, I didn't see you helping us to put pressure on President Akufo-Addo. I didn't see you. I didn't see you resisting, you know. And now you have found your voice, and you think that President John Dramani Mahama or the NDC is conspiring not to have the bill, you know, introduced and passed. I can assure you that we are very committed to having the bill introduced and passed. Yeah, the estimates are coming. We'll keep mounting pressure. I know that the 21 sitting days have not elapsed, but you also know that once the 21 sitting days have elapsed, even if you bring a report recommending to this House that we should not allow it to come into force, we don't have any capacity to change it. So I believe that it is better that the Subsidiary Legislation Committee presents the report before the expiry of the 21 sitting days. Because if it expires, we cannot change it. It becomes law. So I agree with you that you still have some days, but the practice should be that you bring it before the 21 days expire. Yes, Galamsey, I believe the minister is ready and willing at all times to come and brief us on the progress being made. I can testify that a lot of work is going on. A lot of equipment that would have aggravated the situation have been seized, excavators seized. It has become next to impossible to import excavators into this country. Next to impossible. I have been approached by even contractors, road contractors, who have legitimate road construction contracts from government, and they are having a difficulty even getting permission from government to import specifically excavators for the purposes of their road construction projects.
As the Leader of Parliament, the Leader of Government Business, Majority Leader, the Honorable Mahama Ayariga. The issue of Galamsey is back again, isn't it? We'll return on Monday to continue with the discussions on topical stories for you here on Eyewitness on 97.3 Citi FM. I am Umaru Sandamado. I did this with Fafa Melody Kwotufe. Production by Sami Wiafi and Kobina Wilson, as well as Fred Tete Jabano and Juliana Odami Asare. Desmond Nyako helped us with technical production. Imono Usu and the new media team supported us from social media. We'll be back tomorrow on Monday at 17:30 GMT. But there's the big issue at 9 a.m. I beg your pardon, tomorrow on 97.3 Citi FM and Channel 1 TV with Selom Kojo Adonu. And then there's Channel 1 Newsroom at 8 p.m. tonight on Channel 1 TV with Donato Boatin. Thank you. Have a great weekend. But up next, I'll leave you in the hands of Benjamin Nketia and the City Sports crew. They bring you Sports Panorama.
City News. We speak first. Reach our hotline on 0302 224959 and get interactive on Facebook, City 97.3 FM, and on Twitter at City 973.
City 97.3 Accra.
New Kivo Hot Pepper Powder. Loco shoe. This advert is FDA approved.
Is there anything better than winning a bet? Well, with Betway's world first bet influencer feature, there is now. When you place a bet with Betway, you will generate a unique code. By sharing these codes, you will earn 4% of every wager in cash. And when word starts spreading, the returns start rising. No matter the outcome, you can score big. It's easy to create your own code.